What's the point of this cartoon? And how about this graphic? Or this photograph? Struggling a bit? When it comes to analysing images, I want you to treat the image just as you would text on a page, in which case you must find the argument. Take this cartoon. It's an urgent call to action, reminding us that individual Australians must act to prevent climate catastrophe. Images are rarely random, they're chosen to work with the words alongside them. This graphic appears on the first page of a speech transcript by Sandy Gestalt, chair of our local gym. The situation? The local council has cut the funding that kept this community gym alive, and Sandy asks members to back a plan to rent part of the building to a lolly shop called Long Live Lollies, the only way to keep the gym open and affordable, even though a lolly brand seems like a strange partner for a fitness centre. Now look at the image itself, a cartoon love heart holding hands with a chocolate bar under the heading Focus on the Good, with the lolly shop's name below. Seen in context, the heart suggests the gym, health and community, while a chocolate bar represents Long Live Lollies. Together, they symbolise a friendly, positive partnership and argue that the two can fit together. The VCE examiner's report calls this argument construction, why an author places a certain image or idea at a certain point. So you might write, strategically placed at the beginning of the transcript, the heart and chocolate bar graphic with the words "Focus on the Good" reinforces Gestalt's opening promise that together we can save our local gym and ensure its future, visually framing the partnership as positive and united. This image appears on the second page, where Sandy tackles the elephant in the room, the clash between a health-focused gym and a lolly shop. She argues the two can still complement each other, mixing health with the occasional treat and joy without guilt. This photo supports that idea. The woman's flexible split symbolises strength and adaptability, while the oversized lollipop adds playfulness. A high-level exam response sums it up like this. Deliberately placing an image at the rear of her argument, Gestalt leaves readers with a positive outlook on the usually awkward combination of lollies and fitness, especially for health-centred individuals who might worry about unhealthy foods. So now we can identify arguments. Your next sentence must be about identifying visual techniques. We interpreted the young girl doing the splits as symbolism. Another example is anthropomorphism. Think of the koala cartoon that acts like a person, delivering a warning. When animals behave like humans, the cartoonist is making a serious point in a playful way. It's also probable you'll be asked to analyse an ad. Symbolism is everywhere in marketing. Notice how gyms advertise with someone mid-intense workout, sweat flying, muscles straining. That image instantly signals dedication and challenge. The brand is saying, join us and you'll push past limits, not just use our equipment. A company that values the planet might feature a lush forest or a seedling in a hand to signal environmental care. Others sell an experience, a photo of friends laughing at sunset, or an identity. Think of a fashion ad that says, this is the tribe you belong to. If you are given a political cartoon, there are some really common techniques you can spot straight away. Labeling and speech bubbles. One of the biggest is satire, using humor or irony to criticize a person, policy, or an event. Cartoons exaggerate flaws or contradictions to make a serious point while still making you smile or wince. Another giveaway is caricature. The artist overstates facial expressions or body shapes so a politician's nose, grin, or hairstyle becomes instantly recognizable. Donald Trump, of course, is one of the most caricatured people in the world. Regardless of your politics, it's easy to link his large frame with greed, and his peculiar, disproportionate body and famously long red tie with a desperate attempt to project authority. So now let's combine identifying arguments with identifying techniques. Let's check out this Mark Knight cartoon. Donald Trump gives his usual everything's fine thumbs up, while Anthony Albanese, fresh from winning the 2025 federal election, cartwheels in the background. Many Australians believed Albanese's win was helped by Trump's own decisions on tariffs and immigration, which pushed some Conservative voters away from Peter Dutton. Whether he meant to or not, Trump effectively gave Albo a boost, and the cartoon captures that. The argument is clear. Trump's actions in the US accidentally helped Albanese win in Australia. In terms of techniques, we could say there is wordplay, Trump's famous MAGA slogan, "Make America Great Again," is twisted into "Make Elbow Great Again," turning his own catchphrase against him. There's irony. Trump looks calm and unaware that his choices have benefited someone else. And we can also mention caricature again. Trump's trademark hair, big thumbs up, plus Albanese literally cartwheeling, creating a playful, over-the-top image. And now your final job in the paragraph is to talk about how it affects the audience. So be really specific about who the audience might be and what they might feel, think, or physically do. Let's look at this cartoon again. A weak response might say, "This emphasizes to the audience that Albanese is benefiting from Trump's actions." But that just repeats the main argument. So instead you could ask, is this cartoon pushing the audience to be more critical of somebody or rethink their view in any way? A stronger analysis would write, the cartoon highlights Trump's lack of awareness or care about the impact of his actions, even when those actions hurt his own supporters. Now, who is the audience here? Don't just say the audience. Here, it could be Australian conservatives who once admired Trump, but now are kind of rethinking their loyalty. Finally, add an emotional layer. How might these people feel? You could write, in turn, Australian conservatives are led to feel uncertain and betrayed by Trump's apparent disregard for his own followers. You could keep writing. Knight therefore paints Trump as a selfish, destructive figure, undermining trust and leaving conservative Australians feeling disillusioned and discouraged from blindly following him. Notice the emotional words. Uncertain, betrayed, disillusioned, discouraged. Words like happy, angry, or sad are fine starting points, but they're going to be too vague for top marks. So be a bit more precise. So as a final checklist, ensure you have identified the arguments. Number 2, identify the techniques that create that argument. And lastly, talk about how it affects the audience whilst being very specific about who the audience are and how they are emotionally being affected. Follow those steps like a checklist and you will know you've done your job correctly. If you would like tutoring from me or somebody else at Academic Development, do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you.